Welcome to the Ignite Christian Business Podcast. Today's episode is a session release from the Ignite Christian Business Conference, Ignite 22. Let's get started with Kraig Bougher and Burton Gaar.
Guys, you guys can have a seat. I want to introduce, I call him my best friend. Because I met the big boy probably a couple years ago, down at church, down at Regeneration Nashville. And him and I just hit it off right from the get-go. And there was a couple of you. I know Rich was in there, but Burton, after my wife, I talked to you about this burning in my heart. And you just encouraged me. You just encouraged me, and I love you so much. And Burton said something. Burton said one of the things that he doesn't really care to hang out with people that are just a bunch of talk. You want to hang out with some people that are doers. And he said it in his own words. He said, "Hey, you just need to do it." We're doing it, man. Here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna kind of talk. Is that all right? Burton and I just talk, but Burton Gaar, I love you, man.
Oh, thank you, Kraig.
Hey, so tell these guys why I love Burton Gaar.
I don't know why you love Burton Gaar.
Because he's always fixing to eat. Every time I call him, "Hey, Bert, what are you doing?"
Every time he calls me, this is no joke. I'm always about to eat. I thought he was in a different time zone because he'd call and I'm like, "I'm walking to a restaurant to eat. Do you not know it's lunchtime? I'm fixing to eat with some folks." And he's like, "You're always fixing."
He's always fixing. He's always fixing. But Burton, what's in your heart?
What's in my heart? Well, that time is growing short. Mm-hmm. And that we who have a heart for God and we want to change the world around us. I mean, we're doing it with business. You know, business is to provide a service, and it's to make a difference in the community that we live. But then beyond that reach, when we satisfy the need of making money and supplying for our families for the folks that work for us, it's also to be a beacon and a light in our community. And I see a lot of these businesses are doing that, and so many of these speakers have the speakers been incredible so far this week. Wow. I mean, I was energized last night by so many of the speakers, and I was encouraged myself to continue just to do what I do. Mm-hmm. You know, I work a lot with broadcasting. I work with music. I'm blessed to do a lot of things in the media, and my greatest gig is getting to work with Kent and Candy Christmas and the entire Regeneration Nashville family back in Nashville. And if any of you guys know the Christmases, they are all about just loving people, spreading the gospel, and bringing a hard, strong truth that Pastor Kent preaches. So I'm able to take what they do and package it in a way that is able to get out into the world, not only in our local body of believers there in Nashville and that region, but across the entire planet. So that's what I enjoy doing. So
talk about that bridge ministry that you're very much involved with as well.
That was my first opportunity to work with the Christmases. I remember when I first moved to Nashville, a friend of mine took me to meet Kent and Candy one night under the bridge. I'd never heard of the bridge, didn't know what they did, and saw them serving the homeless and hungry of Nashville. And not only feeding them and clothing them and providing necessary things that we take for granted every day. They were providing these things, but they were also having a full service right there on the streets of Nashville, singing. That's where I saw Jasmine really shine, was under that bridge. She would be leading worship to the homeless, and we had lots of volunteers under there. So it was like a big just church family worshiping and serving together. And then I saw them preach a message of hope, and then they would come up and pray. And so Candy has been doing that for 18 years now. So
That's
hats
incredible.
off to Candy Christmas
Yeah,
and the Bridge
yeah,
Ministry team
yeah.
there in Nashville.
So what's the average? What's the average when they have an event
Well,
under the bridge?
in the
average?
heyday, it would be anywhere from 100 to 300 homeless. It looks a little different now because times are changing and things have happened, the pandemic, and so there's more of a spread on where the homeless are positioned and placed right now. So the cool thing is that we were able to pivot with the bridge, and they're not only serving 4,000 children every week through the Bridge to Kids program, they're going into neighborhoods where we're finding these pockets that need support, and you go in and serve. The trucks come up and they serve a hot meal, and they also give them resources.
So what would you say to someone? What would you say to a business? What would you say to an organization that is thinking maybe they've got this burden on their heart? What would you say to them to start something like that?
Well, to follow their heart and to do it. That's one thing you mentioned that before I got up here, is that I'm, at my age, I'm almost 60 years old, and
Wow.
I know, I'm getting old. I couldn't believe this guy's actually older than me. He looks younger than me, doesn't he? Give Kraig a hand right now.
Oh, gosh.
For looking so good at his age. That's what the Marines will do for you.
There you go.
But is to do it.
Yeah.
Make a plan. And like one of the ladies last night that did a fantastic job with her segment is, make a plan, devise a plan, and let God order your steps. God's going to see this plan through. This is in the heart of God. Mm-hmm. He's given us God ideas, and we're just the conduit and the flesh that he's got to work through down here on earth. So just do it.
So talking about doing this, what's the thing that's been on your heart and my heart for the men?
Oh my goodness, just a deficiency there of getting men together and not only doing fun activities together, but just finding the heart and the will of God, and just men, again, standing up and being real men of God, and knowing that men can be soft and emotional and crybabies, as we say back in Nashville, because a lot of us men, we'll just start crying and you think, God, what's wrong with me? I don't do this. He's like, I've made that heart of stone, I've made it flesh, I've made it softer, know. So I'm looking forward to a few good men. That's an exciting thing on the horizons. I don't know that you've talked a lot.
I haven't said anything about it. We're calling it a Few Good Men Conference that's going to be coming up. We don't know when, we don't know where, but it's going to be soon because it's burning in his heart and my heart. So it's something that's going to be powerful.
It's going to be awesome.
So Burton Gaar is someone that is so talented. And here's the thing I love about him. When I first met him, I didn't know I think I did know. Do we know he sang? I think we kind of did. But I didn't know he played. I didn't know he had so much talent. So much talent. So even Jasmine's stuff that don't you help out with this?
I am blessed to produce Jasmine Brady. It's an honor. I'm working on 2 records right now for Candy Christmas, her mother, and I've got other things in the works and collaborations with different musical artists. And I enjoy working with the Isaacs. They're a lot of fun on different little projects. So that's what I'm about. Is connecting people, creating ideas, and then facilitating them. Because how many times have I said, if someone's trying to meet with me and it's over and over and we keep talking about the same thing, either we're going to do what we're talking about or we're going to find something new to talk about, right?
That's good.
So we gotta be more than talkers. We've got to be not gospel talking, but gospel doing. And so make your plan make sure it all aligns with God's will and his plan, and then implement it. Just do it.
I love hanging out with you. I love you, buddy.
I love you
Guys,
too.
give it up for my friend Burton Gaar.
God bless you.
We want you to be ignited. We'd love for you to join us on the next Ignite Community Call. These happen live on Zoom on the second Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We host a special guest who shares their wisdom and encounters with God over the time that they have followed God in their business. Registration is entirely free, but it is required due to limited spaces. You can register and learn more at ignite-cb.com.